Every now and then, we come across a particular type of game. We come across a particular type of game whereby it doesn't have the same funds as a AAA game. It doesn't have the same graphical prowess or the same innovation in regards to like gameplay mechanics or whatever. But it resembles and it defines what it means to play a game because, as I said before, gaming is meant to be fun. The premise of gaming, the whole point of us actually gaming and actually doing the things we do in terms of games, is fun. And so it's very weird. It's not even weird. It's refreshing when you get a game that is purely built on the sole purpose of you having fun with a character that has been loved and that has been known. And especially for people who grew up in the 80s. I didn't grow up in the 80s or 90s, but growing up knowing and love all these 80s action movie characters and then just having a game that really encapsulates and just really captures the whole moment of what it is to be this actual action hero. It's why a game like ROBOCOP Rogue City is one of those games where I'm like, okay, I would never play this game in a normal day. I would never play this game. I probably wouldn't have given this game the day of the lights, but at the same time I did. And it was probably one of the best experiences I've had, especially when it comes to like gaming in general. So RoboCop Rogue City, as you all know, is based on the great 80s action hero, one of the great 80s action hero in RoboCop. And obviously you're in Detroit, you're in derelict Detroit, and this game, for it being a double A game, or for it being a game whereby you can see that, okay, the fonts aren't exactly trying to make a graphically impressive game, apart from maybe RoboCop and maybe Lewis being the only character models that are actual custom models. The whole game looks good. It looks fine for what it is. Especially when you're talking about just the atmosphere of Detroit, just how derelict it is. Shout out to all my Detroit people, man. But then they did you dirty in this game, fam. I ain't gonna hold you. Like Detroit looks rat infested. It looks like dirt. It reminds me of Lagos. But that's not even beside the point. The whole thing is that's how Detroit was in the 80s in regards to like RoboCop and Rogue City, you know. In regards to the whole RoboCop franchise, Detroit was this way. So it captures what it is to be RoboCop. And now obviously you can imagine like you playing a RoboCop game, you're obviously not going to be the most agile. You're not going to be the most fierce. You're not going to be the most quick character. You're not playing a Rambo game. This is a RoboCop game. So basically it just means you're a literal walking tank. And when enemy shoots at you, it's like, okay, hey, the bullet bounces off me, but that doesn't mean anything. And like just boom. So you get all these great experiences with this game, especially when it comes to like combat. And the combat is basic to a degree, but it also has this element of showcasing just what it was to be RoboCop. Especially if you watch the RoboCop movies. The gore in this game is comedic, but it fits the whole franchise. It's a RoboCop game. You play as RoboCop, so obviously you're going to be carrying enemies, holding them, throwing them against the wall, throwing them up and down, shooting them in the head. It's incredible. I like it. And you even get this experiences where you're actually playing as RoboCop and have like certain side stories where you find RoboCop in very weird situations. When I mean weird, I mean very, very weird.
I have a prescription for them. I can't fall asleep when I'm alone in bed.
But that's RoboCop. That's Rogue City. That's this whole game. This whole game is an ode. It's a acknowledgement. It's a what's the term for it? This whole game is a tribute to how great the RoboCop movie franchise is, to how what it makes you feel. You know, just the moment you hear that RoboCop song and the moment you hear that RoboCop theme song, everything just kind of makes sense. It's a game I definitely would have said people should get on a sale, but I think with RoboCop Rogue City being out for like over 2 years now, this is probably the best time for you to get this game. I understand that people aren't really looking forward to Assassin's Creed Shadows. I understand some people are looking for excuses as to why there aren't good games to play. But I think when it comes to like a game like RoboCop Rogue City, I think it definitely covers a lot of the things we like in video games. It's fun. Now, that isn't to say there aren't some negatives in this game. So say for example, the combat can be quite repetitive because at the end of the day, all you're doing is shooting. And then as RoboCop, so there isn't that level of new maneuverability when it comes like your movements, when it comes like your, even with abilities, there are some abilities you can get. So there are certain abilities you can get that can actually spice up the whole combat gameplay. But for the most part, it's the same basic, oh, see enemy, shoots, see enemy, shoots. But when it comes to like the character models, when it comes to the story of RoboCop, as you know, isn't a story built on, it's not a movie built on really in detailed storytelling, apart from what it is to become a cyborg, what it is to lose your humanity or find your humanity in a new way with Murphy as RoboCop. But it's definitely a great game that I would say everyone should give a try. It's definitely a game I think everyone should play, for sure. It's that type of game. I would recommend this game any day, any step of the time. So what do you guys think about this video? If you've never played RoboCop Rogue City, I do recommend you get it on Steam. I think you can get it for like maybe 15 quid if you're in the UK, $15 if you're in the US. So it is that type of game that I would play this on. It's the type of game where it's a palate cleanser. You play the game before you play a massive RPG, massive JRPG, and you're like, you know what? I enjoyed this game. So what do you guys think of the video? Leave it in the comment section down below what you think. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the video. Hope to hear from you soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.